I want to start by telling both of you that Ibogaine is really the purpose. The main thing Ibogaine does is the experience that you go through. It's a mental, let's call it workout. It's a surgery, brain surgery and body surgery without cutting. It puts all your receptors back together. It brings you to a status of like almost prophecy. So while it does this, the side effects of Ibogaine is that it's cures you, because it cures the receptors, puts them in the where they're supposed to be normally. Then you don't have any more withdrawal. You don't have any more depression, because what is depression? Depression is when your receptors don't communicate in a correct way. The communication breaks down, and the receptors are not communicating in correct way. You feel depressed because it is not enough information getting back and forth, and kind of the addiction is the same problem. Okay? And as an addict takes more drugs, he becomes more depressed. In the beginning, it shows you like, yes, you're getting off your depression. But then, as you take it more, it becomes what we call a maintenance. You need to take the drug to stay normal. And as you take more of it, you become more depressed and more depressed. Okay? Now, you started telling me about your experiences, which is tremendous. And all the experiences really need interpretation. Okay, has to do a lot with your subconscious, with your soul, with your spiritual being. And many times people have experiences. They see their past, their childhood. If they were abused children, they will see those events that they can't even remember now, and it will come up, and it will settle it, and you will get rid of those past traumatic experiences. And what you started saying, just go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
Mine wasn't about the past. Mine wasn't about the past, or even about the present, really. And it wasn't, like I was telling you earlier, blue mist or angels or Jesus or God or anything. It was very dark, actually. Both times. This is my second time I took it, and I thought maybe there was something wrong with me. I only told Jan and maybe one other person, this whole past year from the first time, and this time, I didn't tell anybody else even here about my.
Yeah, because you're worried that maybe you're not a good person, and
well,
that's not true at all. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. I was like thinking like maybe I'm not a good person after all. Maybe there's this deep down inside. There's this evil in me or something. But I don't think that's really it. I think it's like maybe like metaphorically kind of washing away all the negativity, because I do worry and stress a lot. And I think maybe that has a lot to do with it.
You had some, you can say, look, we're doing this in order to help humanity, really. Because other people have the same problem. Some people are embarrassed or afraid even to talk about it. You had some childhood abuse.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And we're talking about like sexual abuse. So you saw all these sexual scenes.
That was like one. I had like 25 to 30 repetitive. It was like getting like 30 doses of Ibogaine. It was like coming over and over, extreme. And sometimes it was stronger than the one before, and it was just like I didn't think it was ever going to end. And then I just started, when I would do that, I just would go, I would see just like this movie screen, and it was like metallic, real shiny. It was in 3D, sort of like, I don't know let's say like
Somebody making
Magnolia,
a movie?
you know,
Okay.
you know, when you go to the movies and stuff. Well, anyways, it would be turning this way, and I didn't have any hands or anything like that, but I was with it, and then all of a sudden it would go like this, and as I would go over, and then all of a sudden there would be just like this blackness, and then I'd see like stars in the distance. And I saw these bright stars, which were more stars. I realized later they were planets, like maybe 6 or 7 or 8 of them. And then it zoomed in on one particular, which was Earth. And then it would have these. Oh, and by the way, it would have like this buzzing noise, and it would have a rhythm to it, and,
Yes.
and it would go all right around the planet
I want you to know
and
that
open it up.
the rhythm, those, that's what you hear. This is where your receptors are getting reset.
Oh yeah,
And that's what you hear.
Oh, well, that was happening a lot. Every time I said, remember when I said every time I felt like I was getting a dose, another dose, here it goes again, because I could hear it going, and I get louder and louder, and then it would go, like it was almost like a weird
Like dumping
engine.
it out.
Yeah, it was weird, and that's when this, but it showed the same scene over and over. It was dark, but then it did show towards the end that sexual scene.
You know what I
don't
want
know
to tell
that
you?
meant.
I want to tell you saw
Darkness,
because
death.
your childhood misbehavior that the person has done to you was in the dark. People don't do it in a light of the day. They go in the back
Oh, it was in a
rooms in the
closet.
dark, and that's why you see it in a dark way. But it comes up again, and you learn to get rid of it, and you finish with it. That it was in the past, and it's gone, it's done, and it's out of your mind. And I want you to know, many times that's the reason a person starts taking drugs, because in their subconscious back there, that event of a abuse as a child, because having a sex with a child, it's a most evil thing that someone can do, and it's an evil that it's like gets attached to you, and you need to get rid of it. And with Ibogaine, where it touches your subconscious and your soul, it comes up and you get rid of it. It's a computer that is overloaded, and all of a sudden you get rid of all the garbage that you have in there. Now the computer is empty, and you have 1,000 gigabytes to more room.
I think you're right, because remember I was happy after treatment. Remember for 2 days I was happy, and I felt good after that experience. It was like it was lifted. It was like taken out. You know.
Jan, what did you? You had totally different experience.
No, totally different. When I got here, I was anxious, crying. They probably thought I came from a loony bin. I came for my depression, anxiety, which caused me to drink, and I was prescribed Adderall because they said I had ADD. Take pain pills, but not a lot. But it doesn't take a lot to be abusive. You don't function right. My experience, I was very terrified to do it, but I don't know if I'm definitely not like anybody else. In the middle of my treatment, I wanted to go outside with my IV bag. I made them let me go outside. I ran outside, skipping down the walkway, and laid in the grass holding up an IV bag. And I had this warm comfort of love. And David doesn't need to interpret this for me, but I know he will anyway. I was very isolated when I was depressed, and it was telling me to go out, get out, go out. And I did. I got up and went out. And I felt really crappy for a few days, was really worried, but 2.5 days ago, I'm closer to God, I'm happy, and I know I need to take care of myself now, because if you don't take care of yourself, you don't take care of anyone else. And I'm very grateful to these people, and if you have any doubts, don't pack a lot of clothes. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to
I
heal.
told you that.
And these people are very nice. I'm going to miss them a lot. And I wish you would have done this yesterday because I'm going to cry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I know you have to catch a plane, but I want to just insert another thing about addiction. An addict really becomes a disease because every time he takes a little bit of something to calm down, he thinks that he needs more, and he takes more. Let's say you're talking about the Adderall. You take maybe some Adderall for to feel a little bit better, but then an addict wants to get higher, and he takes more and more. Now you get to a point that you're really shaking from nerves. Now you need Xanax in order to calm down. Then you take a lot of Xanax, and you keep on taking Xanax. Then you wake up, now you're half dead. Now you need something to wake you up. So either it's a cocaine or more Adderall or something
Vodka,
else.
me. I'd wake up in
Yeah.
the morning and grab a
And
bottle to deal with my mother
that's
and
where
brother.
the addiction starts. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do it. Do it.